Listen, guys, we need to talk about something. We need to talk about something because a lot of people come to me and they want to cope about this one thing, and this thing is weed. But bro, I smoke here and there and I still make money. I smoke here and there, I still go to the gym and I still do this. Elon Musk smokes, Snoop Dogg smokes. Bro, the fact that you're already coping with this vice, because it is a vice at the end of the day. Say what you want. We can make as many excuses as you want. At the end of the day, this is a vice. It's not something that's helping you. It's not something that's propelling you to your goals. That's ridiculous. This is a vice at the end of the day, right? Let's get that out the way. Number two, okay, you're doing all this stuff while you're smoking weed. That's great. We need to give up weed. We need to stop smoking weed. That's the first thing. Let me just put that in the basis of this video. Weed is a distraction. Weed is a vice. Weed is a hurdle on this journey to success. Weed is something that you need to give up and you need to leave behind you before you start running to this journey of success. Before you start going towards this journey, before you start like changing your life and becoming this new person and killing your old self and reaching new levels of success you've never thought you'd reach before, and like shedding your skin, blossoming into a butterfly, going through metamorphosis. Weed is something that cannot be brought into that journey. Weed is something that like cannot be brought into that. That's something that's got to be given up. And for a couple of reasons. So, I used to smoke weed. Let me tell you my story with weed. So, I used to smoke weed. I used to smoke weed all the time. I used to have friends that smoke weed. I'd smoke weed with my friends. And it became like a big staple as far as like my friend group. Hey man, let's smoke. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's smoke. Let's wake and bake. Let's you guys trying to come? Like that's all we would do when we would hang out is just smoke. And I feel like 2020, 2021 during the pandemic, that was kind of like what everybody was doing. I just feel like that's what every kid or teenager or like young adult was doing at that time. It's like, all right, it's a pandemic. The world is shut down. Like, let's just fucking smoke all the time. And that's what I was in. I was an athlete, right? I had just dropped out of college. I was D1 athlete, D1 football player. So I just dropped out. And it was at a point where like my life can go downhill right here. My life could go super downhill because I dropped out of I left the place where people are productive, trying to go to the NFL, trying to make something happen, trying to get rich, working hard, have a good shoulder on it. I mean, I'm not going to say they were the most moral people in the world. I mean, we're talking about college football players, but at least they were in a mindset of I'm going to make money, I'm going to be productive, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to make use of my time. So I'm leaving that environment and I'm going back home to fucking shit town, Texas. I'm going back home to small shit town, Texas with the friends that didn't go anywhere, didn't go to college, and are, hey, we have weed. We're trying to smoke. Hey, you trying to smoke? You trying to smoke? And this became a huge trap for me. And I'm glad I got out of it, but that's all we were doing all day, every day. There was no gym, there was no wake up early, there was no let's start a business, there was no we need to get these things done. It was just smoke, and that was it. And I have never like been so unproductive in my life during that period of my life. I have never like got less things done. I have never been so much more of a bum. I have never like been like my habits, my daily schedule, it was just like, bro, wake up, smoke, play some 2K, you know, that was the first point of my life that was like, I have nothing going. And the only reason I was able to do that was because I was getting high and it was making me content with the shitty life that I had. Because without the weed, there was no way that I could have been that much of a bum. Like it was unheard of for me. Like I was coming from D1 football. I was coming from, working, eh, doing 3 workouts a day. I was coming from like working my ass off, working my whole life every single day. You know what I'm saying? Watching films, studying, like being a student. I came from doing that to now I have no schedule. Now I have the freedom to do whatever I want. I can make anything of my day. And then you insert weed in there, and it's just like, I can make anything of my day. I'll just play 2K, get some Whataburger, and just call it a day, you know? Oh, okay, we need to get these things done. We need to fucking start a business, get a job, do some money, like get another job, 2 jobs. We need to run up some money, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the pandemic, it's COVID. There's a lot of opportunities. Ah, hit the blunt, then you hit the blunt. Yeah, I mean, nah, man, I mean, it is what it is. The world is crazy at this point. Like shit is happening. You we'll be all right, and we would smoke and we would get high and our dreams and our aspirations would just turn into like a kind of like just a talk, like just a podcast. We just talk just to talk, like, yeah, it would be cool to move to Cali, it would be cool to move to Miami, it'd be cool to move to New York and open up this like stop and shop with like a whole bunch of fucking with that's how you know we were like real stoners. Like that's how you know we're addicted. We're talking about, hey, it would be great to our business ideas was like open a stop and shop, a one-stop shop in Cali where you can go in, get your munchies. It has all the candy and snacks in the world, and like you can get like cigarillos and this and that. And it's just like, yeah, bro, we have a problem. Even our dreams and ambitions are getting wrapped around this weed, wrapped around like this substance. And that's an issue. So, and that's what we did. Like it put me in a predicament to where I could have never been in. And what weed does is weed just kills that flame in you. It kills that drive to be like, bro, we got to get out of this situation. We're a bum, we're poor, we're ugly, we're fat, we have the munchies, our schedule is fucked. Like, I have no job, we have no direction. Weed will silence all of that because that's your inner fire, that's your inner spirit saying, bro, we got to get out of this. We hate this life. We're uncomfortable. Anxiety, anxiety. It's your brain's trying to get you out of this, but the weed is just going to silence that. It's going to silence that. It's going to be like, bro, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. The weed just silences it, you know, because all my friends that I was smoking weed with, like, if they put their life on a poster, here's your achievements, here's what you've done in life, it would scare the soul out of you. It would like it would give somebody a heart attack. You would go into a cardiac arrest if they put your achievements on the poster. But the only reason that you're not like having a panic attack when you see it because the weed is just making you content. The weed is killing that. And that's what the weed was doing for me. It was getting me comfortable with not achieving a lot. The weed was getting me comfortable and content with not really performing to a high standard. Instead of going to the gym every single day and reading every single day, if I smoke weed, then it's like, well, I went to the gym twice this week, so it's good. If I smoke weed, it's well, at least I read some of the book. Like my friends don't even read. I read like for 2 of the days out the week, so I mean, that's good enough. Weed will have you just really performing at the lowest. at the lowest. Like, and you need in this life, it's so competitive. This life we live in is so competitive. It's a competition, especially now with this economy we live in now. Like, bro, people, you want that house, everybody wants that house. You want that girl, everybody wants that girl. You want that car, everybody wants that car. You're already in a position where you have to compete. You already need this insane amount of drive, energy, edge, motivation. Like, you're already in a tough spot as it is. And you want to like sacrifice some of your willpower for a substance. You want to like sacrifice some of your drive, sacrifice some of your motivation and discipline for what? For a substance to like feel blissful for like 30 minutes. It's the worst deal ever. It's the worst deal ever. And I mean, like, what are we doing? But, and we can get to the statistical side of things because when they looked in long-term weed users, we can see like a lack of focus. We can see brain fog. We can see lower grades in school. We can see higher rate of dropping out of school. So what does that mean? That means when you smoke weed for a long amount of time, your brain is already, the cognitive functions in your brain is already not like wanting to operate how it should. Long time users, they're not reading books, they're getting lower grades in school, they're dropping out. Like mental cognition and smoking weed every day, it's like you pick one or the other. You can't have both. You know what I'm saying? And to the people, because I know there's going to be so much people that are like, I smoke weed all the time and I'm doing this. I smoke weed all the time. I go to the gym. I smoke weed all the time. I make 100K a month or whatever. I'm smoking weed all the time. It's like, okay, well, if you didn't smoke weed all the time, if you completely cut that out, like, do you know that your life would just be that much better? Do you know that your brain would just be that much clearer? Do you know that, like, your sleep schedule, your diet, like your motivation, your discipline would be that much more intact if you quit it? Because, like I said, why would you settle for 100K a year? Why would you settle for, oh, at least I go to the gym whatever times a week? Like, why are you settling? You should be trying to figure out how can you maximize your life? How can you optimize your life? We live in America. We live in America. You think you're doing good now? You think you're doing good smoking weed, making that much money, going to the gym that amount of times? We live in America. You know what you could accomplish here? Like, you know what you could accomplish here? You know what you could have? You know what you could get done in America? There's so much more. And if you can do all of that while smoking weed, if you can accomplish all that you've accomplished while smoking weed, imagine what is in store for you once you stop smoking weed. Imagine all that brain fog clears out the way. All that stuff clears out the way. It's like, bro, you could be unstoppable. You could be the next Elon Musk. You could be the next Steve Jobs. Like, your potential is endless. Why are you trying to see what you could get away with? Why are you trying to see how less, like the least amount of work you can do and still be successful? Why are you trying to see like the least amount of like the most amount of vices you have and still make this amount of money? What do you, what are you taking this chance for? What is this chance about? What is this gamble about? What are you taking this chance for? You're gambling with something that's not really giving you any return. Okay, you smoke this weed. What is it going to get you? What is the gamble about? Like, and it's not even like you're gambling, you're spending it, you're putting it all on red for a chance that you're going to get it times two. It's you're putting it all on red and then you're going home. There's no return. Like, there's nothing you can win. You're smoking weed and it's like you're killing your drive, you're killing your energy, you're killing your motivation, and it's like for the hell of it, for the fun of it. So I don't know what your argument would be for fucking cutting your discipline in half doesn't make any sense. It's an addiction. The cope and the excuses, and you want to toil with this, is just means that it's an addiction. It just emphasizes the addictive nature to this thing. It just does. Yeah, and I mean, when I stopped smoking weed, I noticed immediately like the sun was shining brighter, the birds were chirping, singing in my ear. It was just like, oh man, I could smell the roses. I'm eating steak and eggs, and the food is just, I could just feel the micronutrients going into my body, going into my bloodstream. The fog just started clearing out through my brain. It's like, bro, I can see. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. That's exactly what happened. As soon as I stopped smoking weed, for like, as soon as I got that week or so to really like refresh my brain. That song, that song literally played. Like, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. That's what happened. Why would you not want to experience that? Why would you not want to live that? I don't get it. So that's number one. We got to get that out the way. So hit me up, guys. Let me know how long you guys been struggling with this issue, because I know a lot of people struggle with it, and it is a big problem. And we do got to nip that in the butt. We got to get that out the way before we get on this journey, because you guys could accomplish so much more. You guys could, bro, it's so like the opportunities in life right now. When I tell you they're just right there, people think like they gotta do all this work for decades just before they see anything. It's like, bro, the money, all this stuff you want, the success is right in front of you. Nobody's even trying at this point. Like, it's so, you just have to get out of that bum mindset. And that's something that weed will really put you in. It'll put you in that bum mindset to have you thinking like, oh, well, these people out here, doing these coaching businesses and doing these marketing businesses, like those, they're different. Like, they're doing all that stuff. Like, that's gonna take forever. That's like, I'm not that type of person. I'm more like a chill guy that fucking does a construction job and is chill. I'm a chill guy. Like, weed will have you being in that mindset. And when you mean a chill guy, you mean a bum. That's all that really means. Somebody that is will not strive for excellence, and somebody that's not going to elevate their life. That's what I'm just a chill guy. I'm not trying to, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Right? But hey guys, subscribe to the channel. Hit me up. If you need help getting out of this addiction, if you need help getting, you know, getting relinquishing this problem, so you can start reaching success better, so you can stop eating like a fat pig, and we can start your ascension. Hit me up, and we can figure something out for you, you know, but it's possible. It's possible.